throw the ball to you, if you use the class, throw the ball to you, and you just think of a response on your piece of paper and just kind of feedback. Okay, ready, Sam?
It could have been like a death or an accident.
Yeah, okay, where are the clues? How do you know that that's the...
By like the tape and stuff.
Okay. Liam?
Like knife or gun crime.
Knife crime. Say why knife crime.
Because like when people get killed on the streets and stuff, people put flowers and stuff in cameras to remember them.
Yeah. Any kind of emotive responses to this, or any kind of emotional responses?
Well, when knife crime isn't just like always have to be in like big cities. It can be like, it's just basically it's down to whether you like well treated at home. And then if you're not exactly well treated by your parents and do not get on, sometimes it results in like you end up like committing crimes.
What we're going to do now is we're going to watch a DVD. And the DVD is a very, very, very powerful DVD. And I think you may find a little bit upsetting some scenes. I find it a little bit upsetting. But I think the power of the DVD shows that you need to kind of watch it. But if you do find some of the images a bit graphic, just kind of like turn away. You've got that option, just look away and just listen to the sound, because again the sound is quite powerful. There's no learning objective up on the board, because towards the end of the lesson I want you to think about what the learning objective is. You know, why we're looking at this. Just turn the lights off.
Lloyd, 17 years old and doing his A-levels, was leaving a friend's birthday party in Taunton when there was a fight and he was beaten and killed.
And some people have just got like a sign and they've just been hitting people for no reason. And there's 2 of them on the floor. Sorry?
We used to fight all the time, and as normal siblings do, but we always used to look out for each other. He's always going to be part of my life. You know, you do love him, but you just don't tell him because you never think today's going to be their last day.
I do remember just walking along, everyone in a little group, but slightly dispersed as you are, you know, just everyone fracturing off a little bit into 2s and 3s.
As soon as they sort of came near us, we all sort of just looked at each other and, you know, just sort of in some ways heads down.
And yeah, they obviously didn't know us or we didn't know them.
Never was there any sort of thought that something would happen.
You can't quite work out whether something's going wrong, something dramatic, or whether people are just messing around and, you know,
why to pick on a person, you know, that in some ways happened.
Okay, I'll give you a couple of minutes in your groups just to just kind of gather your thoughts really, and just compose some responses to those questions about the DVD.
I don't think you can sort of relate to that sort of thing. You can't really know how you're going to react unless you're in that situation, but it's not a situation you want to be in.
Yeah, so
it's hard.
Worried that it only happened, it was not far away,
Yeah.
could happen around here.
Yeah, okay, you're picking up on all the kind of salient points. When we first came into the room, well, that kind of thing happens in the city, so people said, oh, maybe not, and you're actually saying, well, actually it happened down the road, and that's worrying. Yeah, okay. Brilliant. Okay, final group, spokesperson. Happy to hear some feedback.
We were just saying, like, the people who were his friends, like, and actually watched one of their friends getting like, beaten to death. That's going to stay with them forever, and like images in their minds, like they'll be completely traumatised as well as devastated for losing their friend.
Now, the tagline for the film is think before you act, and think twice before you react. So what we've got to try and do is think of a way that we can give some depth to that statement, how teachers in the classroom can bring this statement and the DVD to life. So we're going to do a couple of activities, yeah? So, first activity is we're going to look at scale of anger. In your groups, I want you to think of a list of words which describe anger. So, what we'll do is we'll take suggestions from the class and you should write them down, yeah. And we'll have really angry words right at the top, so I'm glad I've chosen 2 really tall people.
Irate.
Crazed. Crazed.
Incensed.
Incensed, yeah.
Yeah, just maybe like, I don't know, it's kind of pointless because like, they didn't even do anything. It's like, I don't know, it just makes you really angry just thinking that
Yeah.
There's like loads of people at school that just pointlessly fight and stuff. It doesn't matter. It can be just like pushing a kid for no reason. There's like different scales. Like there's people like like our friends and stuff.
That's really
They
interesting.
go
Yeah.
beating people up like just the smallest thing.
Well, what we're going to do as a society to how can we as a society stop it from being just pushing the little year 7 kid queuing up for his sandwiches, pushing in front of him, and changing it to the violence that we see here.
Because you have to draw the line.
You have to draw the line. So what is it about the human psyche that stops us from drawing the line? Why didn't they draw the line? Why?
They had nothing holding them back.
Nothing holding them back. Yeah.
But sometimes people like get caught up in the moment and they'll see other people fighting and they'll be like, well, I'm going to join in. And
Yeah.
they'll get caught up and everyone gets really angry, so they'll like bounce off each other.
Like our society is so like with war and all this, so like it's really for it. It's kind of you grow up watching films about like people like killing each other, but it's like a cool thing. Like all the like movies with like kung fu and that. Oh, it's great. That guy just shot that guy, and it's just like think about that guy, think about his family and all that,
Yeah.
and it just doesn't show any
What
of
are you
that.
talking about? Yeah.
I think they should think twice about making films such as Green Street and Kidulthood and films like that, because if they are going to make, they should make like, I don't know, but I reckon they should think twice about making films like that because people like aspire to it.
That's a really interesting point. So the media have a massive role to play, and the computer games that people
They
are
think
playing.
they'd be cool because they act like the people walking back them.
Yeah, even though they're 18 certificate on this, and
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to reenact the scene again with Mickey in a second, or somebody else that wants to do it. You've got to think about different points that this scenario could have changed. Does that make sense? So, as we're walking, just say stop. It could have changed, miss, if. Okay, so we're just going to walk to each other, just slowly. Just like they did in the video.
I think it's like when they're like next to each other, like looking like each other, like.
What
like,
score was it next to each other?
Yeah, like.
Is it a 10?
No, I just.
It's about 7.
Yeah, 7.
Seven.
Like, or he's looking like.
Okay.
Stop. I reckon Mickey should cross the road because he's already seen you. He knows that.
That's really precious to just cross the roads because you other people come down the road.
Like, but it's a point. It could have been a point that could have changed things.
I don't think you can change. Like if you were angry and you had the intent to hurt somebody, even if it was a Mickey that you were going to hurt, you were going to hurt someone in that night anyway.
Okay, so this could be an alcohol education lesson. It could be learning objective. Is to look at how alcohol affects you.
Changes people.
Affects you. Changes you.
Is it more like violence can actually affect people's consequences?
Okay, so to look at alcohol, to look at violence has, can affect you. Yeah, so look at all the people that are involved. And
Learning objective would just be like thinking before you do something.
so the learning objective could be the tagline.
Yeah.
Think before you act. Okay, that. Yeah, and how we can instill that in people's minds. Yeah. As we say all the time, you are our future, aren't you? You can change the world. And if people like Mickey are saying, well, actually, I don't like these films. Why don't they think twice before they make them? I don't like these games. You're the people that can change all of that. People like me can stand in lessons and do it, but you're the people that can really radically change.